How's it going, everybody? Happy Monday to you. Midnight Touch After Dark. I'm, of course, your narrator, Mr. Robot coming to you from Shabby Road Studios. And with me, as always, Mr. Tom Connors.
Heavily frustrated.
Bam, 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 bam. He wants to be sedated.
That's right.
That's right. And, of course, with us is the Harpy, your favorite YouTube Harpy.
I've been ranting today. I made like 3 rant videos.
Miss Mecha Random, your YouTube Ninja Warrior Viking Mistress of the Dark, whatever she had, whatever we can think of. Okay.
We could add Master of Disguise in there probably, or something.
Master of Disguise.
Am I?
Master of Deception?
Maybe. Ranting Maniac, maybe? Ranting Lunatic?
Makes you sound more dangerous. I don't know.
Oh, that too. I mean, I do have a writing prop.
Right. Mistress of Discipline.
Mistress of Mayhem.
Well, Mistress of Mayhem's already Mary's thing, so.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sorry about that. So what do we got to talk about here?
Well, first of all, there was the video that you had dropped yesterday about the whole Disney situation. Now, I got the link for that video in the description if anybody wants, like, the details on the whole thing. But we're going to run through it real quick here and then just talk about it. So, Rob, why don't you give us the short version of what's going down real quick here?
Okay. Now, hold on. Let me just press mute. I got the Simpsons on in the background.
Oh boy, that's not helpful. Dang it, Marge.
So, okay, the short version is a little boy named Ollie Jones died over in England. He had a disease called leukodystrophy, which is a genetic disease, and his father wanted to put Spider-Man on his headstone. So he had to submit a request to the Church of England. The Church of England said you need to get in touch with Disney. Disney said no. Meanwhile, obviously, the family's very disappointed. Meanwhile, Mecha did a video about this. We did a video about this. Disney has actually made exceptions to this policy before. Their official stance is that, well, from what we've been able to gather, we really haven't seen an official stance as to why, but the thinking is they don't want their characters associated with death. They want to maintain the innocence and charm of the characters. And I'm like, BS. I mean,
well, that was what one of the PR people that they had actually contacted, or I assume it's a PR person. It's somebody that spoke on behalf of Disney to the family.
Yeah. They don't want their characters on funeral urns or on coffins or any of the sort. However, we were able to find quite a few instances where Spider-Man did turn up on headstones. Isn't that right, Mecha?
Well, yeah, Spider-Man, Hulk, Iron Man. They've had Winnie the Pooh, Mickey Mouse headstones. Yeah, they've had all kinds of characters. So,
and just last December, they made an exception for a little boy who died of cancer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for Iron Man.
Yeah, in 2006, they made an exception for a young boy who, unfortunately, child died at birth. And they made an exception for Winnie the Pooh to be on his headstone. And we're just wondering what changed between literally last Christmas and now. Why would they say no?
Well, we found one pattern, though, that we didn't notice before the video, or at least deep into it, to where that's kind of where now we're going to discuss a little bit. This seems to be only an issue in the UK from everything we're digging up. Like, it doesn't appear like anybody in the US has had this problem, at least not from what we could find in our digging. I mean, if anybody out there knows of a different story and can send us a link or point us in the right direction, please do. But I'm wondering if, because this is what I've said from the beginning of this whole situation, this sounds to me more like something that would fall under fair use. Now, before anybody wants to argue that, hear me out. Normally, for something can be considered fair use, you can use it as long as it's not something you're drawing a profit from directly because of that IP or copyright. Get what I'm saying? We here at Midnight's Edge fall under fair use for everything we do. As long as we're not using too much video or anything like that, it constitutes what's called fair use. This, to me, should extend to something like this, because as long as the headstone engraver is not making anything extra, as long as a funeral home is not making anything extra, as long as a casket company isn't making anything extra, whoever involved with the funeral isn't make anything extra because a Disney character is involved, or any character for that matter, or image or icon, then I don't see where it wouldn't fall within the region of fair use. Now, of course, as I've said, there is an argument that can be made, because that's what they're trying to say. It's just like if I were to go out and make some toothpaste tomorrow and put Spider-Man on it, well, of course, that's copyright infringement if I don't have the rights from Disney to do that. But one of the main reasons I'd be selling that toothpaste is because Spider-Man is on it. These individuals were going to buy a headstone anyway. The engraver was going to make a headstone anyway. Whether or not they allow that character to specifically be on that headstone, no other extra monies is going to be made or lost in this transaction between Disney or anybody involved with the funeral. So again, I rest my case that this is pure fair use. And I think somebody in the US may have already argued this. I was trying to find it, but I couldn't before the show. And I think that just in the UK, where things are a little bit more stricter, is where Disney can still flex its muscles on this. And as Rob said, just as recent as December and clear back to 2006, they have already made exceptions to this in the UK. So I don't know if, yeah, see, this is where what I was talking about. In Disguise says UK has no fair use under EU law. That's probably why they're pulling this crap. And I think Mecca found one in Canada too, which is kind of similar. So I don't know if their laws up there are a little different as far as copyright goes too. And that explains why Disney's probably, and I'm going to just say it, come in and swinging their dick in this situation and being real assholes about the whole thing.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like it's such a bullyish sort of move. It's like, what does it hurt anybody? Like in Rob's video, I think he nailed it perfectly. Why would you not just give them this? What does it hurt? Who does it hurt? You're not going to make any money off of it. You're just going to piss off a lot of people. And right now, you don't want to piss off any more people. Disney, seriously, you know? It's like, I'm a curmudgeon and I've never been a big fan of Disney anyway. But when I see people who are like lifelong fans of the franchise or the company, and they're like, yeah, Disney's pulling some real crap lately, you know, it's time to start boycotting. Disney, you might want to pay attention. You might want to give it you might want to give them this one.
Right. And to be clear, the Ollie's family are the ones who came out to the press with this. And it was because they felt they have been mistreated by Disney in this situation, and rightfully so. And it's our job to bring attention to it. This is one of those times I think the media can be used for the right reasons. And here is one of those reasons. This family wanted this for their child for closure. And to make matters worse, I don't think Rob brought this up before, they have another kid in that same family that is suffering from the same disease. So chances are they're going to go through the same damn thing all over again. So this was basically the last thing that the dad needed right now. And that's what the brother of the dad was saying to the media about this whole situation. And again, yeah, here's tons and tons of situations where you have, you know, other characters, not just Winnie the Pooh, but I've seen Minnie and Mickey. I've seen, they even have, and as far as I know, it's officially sanctioned on the voice actors' graves of Donald and Daisy. They have Donald and Daisy as well. So these things really just kind of, I don't know. Again, I think it's more of a fair use thing. And it's something that Disney needs to look back and make an exception on. Or maybe it's just who you ask, because if you look at that Iron Man article, it's Marvel who they went to for that situation, not Disney. So maybe Marvel would have said, yeah, go ahead. But Disney, since they went to Disney in this instance, who knows?
We don't know. Yeah. Like I said, this is, like I said, there's this one here. I mean, there's a lot of, actually, it's bad one. Oh, that's kind of a bad example because that's just an inflatable balloon one here. This looks more like just a memorial. I don't know if this is an actual gravestone, but look, that's actually very detailed on a Spider-Man. And we can look up actually, we can look up, where is it?
Hey, that's my video. Nice that it's just popping up, huh?
Yeah. Look at Star Trek.
And a simple Google search, and you can find all kinds of stuff that makes Disney look like a huge hypocrite in this situation.
I mean, take a look. I mean, this guy has the Klingon thing here. I mean, there's tons of examples you can find.
Well, and this isn't even limited to Disney, because I think you said in your video that wasn't there, as Canada, DC had denied Superman being used, or was that?
Yeah, that was a little bit different. That was a little bit different because the child had been abused.
But regardless, to me, it shouldn't matter in any instance. I don't think. I mean,
a
child, there should be an exception period. An adult, there could be a different argument made, but
yeah. Well, we have we have a super chat from /11111. £5.49.
Euros.
€5 49. Do you guys think the situation would have been different if Marvel, Disney were in the middle of all the far from home release promotional circus? Probably not. Well,
the sad part is Spider-Man, as you said, is just huge right now. If you type in Disney and Spider-Man together, this story is the first thing that pops up. It shouldn't be. And that's something Disney is not going to want.
Well, maybe they shouldn't be such jerks about it and just let the family have.
Yeah, it's a PR nightmare for them, especially with word going out right now that their parks aren't doing the best either.
Yeah, well, gee, if people are beating the crap out of each other in Disneyland for minutes on end, I wouldn't want to be there either.
Yeah, we may work our way into that story because I just found out about that before.
Yeah, I know.
But no, to get back to the serious part, this is just one of those things where it's about doing the right thing. I've seen so many people stick up for Disney in this instance, and it's like, really? I mean, is it really going to hurt anybody? And I mean, even you see some arguments, well, it just opens the doors to just a graveyard full of colorful characters. That's just not what graveyards are. It's like, really? Do you really think so? Do you really think that, first of all, let's put this to a real perspective, despite how morbid it is. The chances of a cemetery being overpopulated by children compared to adults, pretty slim, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're not going to see this thing happen everywhere. And again, like I said, the only reason there should be any exception made is because it's a child. An adult is a different argument, because you can argue, like with we brought up with the whole DC thing in Canada. Yeah, that's a little bit different situation, but where did that hurt the kid, or where does that kid have anything to do with the situation he was in? Now, if he was an abuser, if it was an adult, well, of course, then yeah, I'm sure DC has a reason to argue why they wouldn't want a Superman symbol on some, grotesque individual's gravestone. That's a totally different argument. But I don't see why it should be so hard within the copyright law to put an exception in like this. Something that's pretty clear cut, something that nobody's going to be losing out on at any end of the spectrum. It's just silly and ridiculous. And I don't want to keep taking up everybody's time here. So anyway, Tyler Bioshock, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. The excuse, it was a depressing death, doesn't matter. Judith Barcy was murdered and her grave still has quotes from her Land Before Time character. Well, not just that. I mean, the excuse that they don't want their character associated with death. Every single Spider-Man movie ends with a funeral almost.
Half of the entire galaxy was snapped out of existence.
Exactly. And we don't want our characters associated with death. Every single Disney character is associated with some death. Snow White's parents are dead.
Bambi, like Bambi's mother.
Bambi's mom gets shot. Lion King's dad gets killed. I mean, come on. They're in every one of them. So,
No, I think it was just some intern or something.
David, every single movie at the cinema is about death. Death sells.
It's fucking depressing. Okay,
All
but no,
right,
we shouldn't go off on too many goofy rants on this because that's not what this is about. And really, this is just about what this family needs and wants for their young ones' final resting place. And they have that, right? It's not like they're even going to be, I could see an argument if like, oh, well, it's not like they're going to be charging people to come see their kid's gravestone for Christ's sake. I mean, that's the kind of mentality it sounds like Disney's coming at them with. And then the insults of these other things like, oh, we'll send you a lithograph and all this other crap. It's like, that's not what they want. That's not what they need, unless you're going to allow them to have that lithograph embossed or whatever on the gravestone, then what's the point? You know what I mean? I just don't get it. It makes absolutely no sense. Sorry.
That's okay. Well, anyway. Well, let's actually, you want to talk about Galaxy's Edge now, or do you want to? We pretty much said everything we have.
Let's put a mark in this spot here. What was this fight, Mecca? Tell us about this fight today.
Hold on, me. Okay. What was going on, Mecca?
I gotta find it too. I just reacted to a little bit of it. So there was like a fight where a whole bunch of people were just punching the crap out of each other in front of Toontown. Here, let me find it.
In front of Toontown.
Like, and it pissed me off because the guy just punches women in the face.
Please say it isn't so.
Like, oh, let me see. Well, the best. Let's see. I think the longest part of it. Or here we go. Is this the unedited? Yeah, here's the long unedited one. I don't know if you guys. Here's an article about it. It's on NBC News now. So.
Well, Tyler just sent us another $5 super chat. Almost a £5 super chat. So.
Yeah,
bring him. Where's my freaking sound? Why is Google Chrome being a biatch? There you go. Google Chrome, you suck. Okay, gotta start using Vivaldi now. No company has a bigger monopoly in scenes where characters cry or have a dead mom. Dead mom is a literal writing trope since 1937.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, the video you sent me, Mecca, doesn't work. It's been removed. So.
Oh yeah, click the second link.
That's why you got to download it immediately.
Yeah. You might want to mute it.
Town.
Yeah, it's like 4 minutes, and security is like nowhere.
Where do I got to go into?
Like the whole thing, just they start off immediately, and it goes and it moves, and it's. I don't know what's this about even, and that's the sad thing. Is just like it's disgusting. It's embarrassing. It's, where's security? The fact that these grown men are, and you'll probably get demonetized for showing clips of this, but yeah, that these grown men are just punching these women right in the face.
I'm sorry, but
I know it's hilarious and it's disgusting at the same time. I mean,
there you go, the happiest place on earth.
This isn't gonna do anything to like make me want to go to Disneyland. I'm sorry.
Well, they're doing it right in front of the kid there too. I mean, come on, people.
Yeah, and just the fact that it's men against women, like he goes and he's going after this woman here. It's like, yeah, she probably outweighs him, but it's still a woman.
Yeah, you definitely do that.
And the guy in the pink also punches this other girl right in the face.
Stop him. Okay.
Well, one of the groundsmen finally had to get involved. Yeah, Mecca's right. Where the hell's security in this place?
I saw one guy with a red hat. I mean, he looked like he was just with a shovel. It looked like he was like this guy here.
Yeah, he's not even
yeah, like the girl in this tan shirt. Yeah, she's getting into it too. Oh, that's the girl who gets punched in the face in a little bit here, and like, yeah, that was like
she went down in a heap.
Yeah.
Well, I think that girl who went down wasn't. She came off of the riding scooter there.
Down goes Frazier.
Yeah, and now he's throwing the bigger girl down again, but still, it's a woman, right?
Sure. This sure as hell beats the Aladdin parade.
And where is security through all this?
Yeah, and then this guy with the hat is trying to break it up.
You can see that lady back there. She works for the park, and she's just standing there watching shit.
This girl with the white t-shirt? No, I don't think she works.
No. The one with the yellow and blue. You can tell she must be one of the because she's got
a
like
maintenance or something. Yeah,
and she must come from that restaurant or whatever that is right behind them there.
Well,
yeah,
some with the blue there. Oh, what's this guy here?
Like,
this guy with the Yankee.
Another guy. He's definitely not security. He doesn't say anything that's security.
No, this guy isn't security. He's like really calm. He's trying to
say like, yo, man, chill, just chill, okay.
And she's walking away. He goes after the girl in the tan. She's trying to walk away from him. He grabs her, drags her back into the fight. Like I don't know. Like I thought they were together until he punches her in the face. Like this is, it's hilarious and disgusting at the same time.
Well, my whole thing is where the hell is security? Because they have their own little security. They've got 5 groundskeepers there already, but no security.
I'm sorry, if this guy punched me in the face, he would not have a head after that. I would.
Blue pants, was that security? Now he's just calling in some backup. He ain't doing shit. Looked like to me.
What the hell, man?
Why haven't you restrained that? Yeah, finally, all these other people are restraining this guy by now. Any place else there'd be security there by now. And
now they finally get a guy in a suit coming in, and towards the end, yeah, they finally get like a guy with an iPhone.
Walking in the background. I said, "Where's this fat guy going?" All he's doing is just walking in there and talking on a cell phone.
Okay, how long did it take for security to show up here?
About 4 minutes.
Oh shit!
And who knows how long it went before that?
Almost 4 minutes. Yeah, and that would have been after they've been yelling already. Yeah,
yeah, they were probably yelling already for who knows how long before it went physical.
Right. That's inexcusable for a place like Disney World. I'm sorry, that makes me not want to go there. Big time.
Right? And no wonder they're failing with the Galaxy's Edge. Like, who wants to who wants to deal with that shit? I don't want to deal with that shit. That's why I don't go to the movies, because I get people who are there trying to punch me or trying to intimidate me because I don't want them pirating Halloween. You know, that's the same type of shit. And now you got to worry about, people just punching each other in the face at Disneyland. Like, what the crap?
Like this anomaly says, there was another fight around the corner. They were just busy. That's possible.
No, they were too busy
watching. He walked around the whole situation, and all he was doing was sitting on his walkie-talkie. He didn't even get involved there. He was already there for about a minute before anybody else got involved. He was waiting for backup. It's like, what are you doing? You can't let customers get. I hope each and every one of those customers sues the shit out of Disney. At this point, they deserve it. And I'm usually the quiet one on this, and I'm usually not the one who says this kind of shit. But lately, I'm just getting sick of that crap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just the way that they're treating their customers lately, it's just been getting just ridiculous. Vienna Wells, thank you so much for the 20-pound super chat. Go ahead and read that if you want to, Rob.
Vienna Wells, 20 euro super chat. Disney
I did the same thing you did.
Well, Disney have always been bad, controversial, and immoral. Remember Song of the South, character stereotypes, twisted history, Pocahontas, crap on original material, Alice in Wonderland. I've always stayed far away from Disney.
Well, in their defense, it's small.
There we go.
Kind of getting better. Like they were one of the premier places for, like gay rights in the workplace and some other things throughout the late 80s and 90s. And
this is fun. Tyler Bioshock. $2 super chat. Security was dealing with a Wookiee uprising.
Well, actually, the article goes into a little more detail here if you guys want to read the article here.
But... You want to get out of Galaxy's Edge.
Ugh.
Yeah, you can go ahead, Rob, if you want to quick, and then we'll move into the next bit.
Oh, fuck. Why? No, son of a bitch. Why is my Google
and
Chrome's being...
why we're demonetized.
Hey,
well, showing the fight will probably get you demonetized.
Well, we already were before that. That's why I showed it. I was like,
well, okay. Well, let me close Forbes, because we kind of know the Forbes story already. But if Google Chrome wants to cooperate anytime now,
I got
the your internet. It's probably your internet. Where did you call your internet company?
Yes, I did, and they're physically unable to give me that speed.
Okay, how come?
Area. Because they never upgraded my area. I told you. So I have to call someone else.
Well, yeah, you have to go to Xfinity, like the Comcast or something.
I said, why? What the hell? What the hell's going on? Oh, well, we that's unavailable in your area. So I told him, so you want to double my bill and not even give me the for the service you advertised and not even give me that service. I'm like, what, guys?
Well, that's all the more reason to quit them and get somebody in our
Exactly.
sphere. I know it sucks. I know Comcast sucks, but yeah, it's like better than dial-up speeds.
Crap, yeah. Rob has issues. I have some issues too, but mine's getting better at least here. But.
I showed him what my speed was, like my speed test, and he's like, fuck you, there's speed.
Yeah, her download speed is amazing. Now her upload speed is comparable to mine, but download is like, holy shit, and I pay probably more than you do too.
And I don't even have the fastest.
Well, I have the fastest I can get as far as whatever, domestic or whatever you want to call it, but I'm working on trying to get a business one. But they must have upgraded the upload speed without telling me, because remember when I looked, like, oh shit, I'll get 7 megabytes. But anyway, did you find it yet, Rob?
No, I didn't.
Well, it's almost like unless Mecca knows exactly what bits are added to it, then I'd say you might as well just tell us then, Mecca. Otherwise, we'll go to the next story.
It was independent.com that was slowing it down. I had that open. What the hell? What the hell is this?
Just actually cut and paste the whole thing here.
Yeah, I just typed the whole article in if you need it.
Oh yeah, that's about as long as it takes. Yeah. Police in Anaheim, California said Monday they're considering whether or not to file criminal charges against members of a family who were caught on video in a prolonged brawl at Disneyland on Saturday. Bystanders video of the fight, which broke out against the backdrop of Disneyland's colorful and whimsical Toontown, has gone viral since it was posted on YouTube, racking up more than 900,000 views by Monday afternoon. Anaheim Police Department said in a statement Monday that it responded to the park and found everyone involved in the melee was part of the same family. Oh, pardon me, caffeine crash. They were all uncooperative with police and were escorted from the park, but didn't face charges.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't want those people out the park.
No. Throw them in the jail. I don't want them in society if they're going to behave like that in Disneyland.
I don't feel they have to necessarily go to jail, but don't let them back in Disneyland.
He's punching women in the face. Get rid of them all.
I should be, yes. And like I said, I hope anybody who tried stopping that fight sues Disney, because it took way too long for security to get there. There's no excuse. They've got a little mini city underneath there. They have access everywhere.
Anyways, they didn't face criminal charges because they wanted nothing done, police said. Officers were not aware of the video footage of the incident at the time, but now that is service, police said detectives are following up to see who did what and if there is any potential filing for criminal charges. You mean cops said, wait, there was a beating on video and we were involved? Oh, thank God.
In California? Hell yeah.
Well, God, it's 1991 all over the place anyway, with the whole censorship making a comeback. That'll be the next thing. I
apologize. I said Disneyland. I meant,
Anyway, well, when the video begins, a man in a red shirt and a woman in a white shirt are yelling at each other next to a stroller with 2 children in it. She appears to spit in his face, and then he hits her several times in the face. She wheels the stroller over to someone and says, "Hold my daughters." Then the man in the red shirt and another man begin to fist fight. Several other people get involved, including a woman in a tan tank top who was hit by one of the men and a woman in an electric wheelchair who stands up. The man in the red shirt then begins pulling the hair of the woman in the white shirt. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, well, then this other story here. A tweet, several staff members, including, skipping ahead down to the thing. Several staff members, including security, arrived more than 3 minutes after the violence broke out, and the family members eventually dispersed. A tweet from Disneyland said, park officials could not offer information about the incident, but the safety of our cast and guests remains our priority. Okay. Yeah, all right. So, I'm just...
Then why let them bastards back in? I'm sorry, they should be banned from the park.
For life. If you get into a fight at Disneyland, you should be banned for life. And you know damn well that I stepped one foot inside Star Trek Las Vegas with my hair, and they're going to say you're not welcome here because you're that harpy from Night's Edge. These fucking people are going to be allowed back in Disneyland, and you know, and we're going to have to pay for their stupidity and their shit. You know, they're trashing the park, and we have to pay extra for them to hire people to clean it. Right? They're trashing up, you know, the park and fighting, so we have to pay extra for them to have security on them, and for their marketing and publicity and whatever to smooth over the incident. And they're just going to charge us more for it in the long run. And that's one of the things that really pisses me off about Disney.
One of the many.
One of the many things that piss me off about Disney.
Let's move past Disney. Fuck Disney, right? For now.
Or do we still have more about Galaxy's Edge to rail on?
Why give them any more attention?
Hey, because it's bad publicity.
If you want to, go ahead.
Yeah, we have a an official statement from Bob Iger actually about the incident. Bob Iger, we was reaching for comment, and this is what he had to say.
What don't you fucking understand?
Bob Iger's not happy, man. He's really starting to feel the pressure.
Is he done with us professionally?
He might be. So
we're okay, guys, but he's done with us professionally, right? He is.
Yeah,
I'm sure of it.
Professional is my middle name.
Disney jail is legendary. Do they put you in the same cell as Goofy? I got drunk again. They don't like it when you run through the park in your underwear.
Remember when Homer was thrown in jail in Itchy and Scratchy Land?
Yes. Mm-hmm. That's the Westworld episode. I love that one.
I'm a political prisoner. How are you a political prisoner, Homer? I kicked a giant mouse in the butt. What don't you understand?
Oh, The Simpsons used to be so good.
We used to be good. Now we're not so good.
That's because you went on too long. I am the age of Bart Simpson, or that he should be. And he's still 10 years old.
All right. Let's.
My brain doesn't much damage.
Okay. All right. Let's
talk some other news. We just reported recently that we were going to get a sequel to last year's Halloween. Jamie Lee Curtis is reportedly on board, according to her Twitter, I believe it was originally. We got some more rumors now that we may not only be getting Halloween, whatever you want to call it, 12 or 2 or whatever,
2.1.
But we might actually be getting another film back to back with that. Rob, you got the story there? Or you just want me to take it real quick?
Yeah, you take it really quick.
Okay, file this one under unconfirmed rumor. That's too damn juicy to ignore, according to bloodydisgusting.com. An extremely reliable insider hit them up late Sunday night with the news that David Gordon Green has decided to return to direct back-to-back sequels to Halloween 2018, his direct follow-up to John Carpenter's 78 slasher classic that also ignored every movie since then. From what they've been told, not only will they be filming 2 sequels back-to-back, but they are discussing releasing both in the same month. Yes, it's within the realm of possibility that we'll see 2 Halloween films released next year. I know this sounds completely insane, but there's a reason why I buy this, outside of the fact that, and this is the person writing the article talking, that I know and trust my source. There were discussions about shooting the first film back to back with a sequel prior to production, and that's true. I think we reported on that. In order to recalibrate the ending, the filmmakers had even joked about shooting a full-blown Halloween trilogy at one point. So, and with the original film rebootquel is which is a word I coined, which grossed a monstrous $250 million globally. It's pretty obvious that the sequel was going to happen, but a little surprised to hear that it's going to possibly be a back-to-back sequel. I know Rob's got no horse in this race, but Mecca, I know you weren't a big fan of the last film, but I think you had some of the same issues I did. But I'm
not a big Halloween fan anyway, though, to begin with. So
right,
I'm kind of seeing them out of more obligation to the genre. I don't know. I mean, it's interesting. I wouldn't imagine they're going in the same year, though. I would think that they're going to be released like a few months apart, like. what was it? Back to the Future 2 and 3. They were filmed together and released pretty close.
Well, you would almost think they would just save one for the next Halloween,
right?
But I guess in this case, if it makes sense to them story wise, they'll make a killing in the box office. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, these do so well.
It would be a first, that's for sure, where you actually have a movie that close. Because even like Kill Bill was quite a few. I mean, didn't they even delay the second part of that? I know you guys don't remember. I'm sure somebody in the chat will. Speaking of the chat, we got another $5 from Tyler Bioshock. I read that the official title is Halloween 2. Wonder if Laurie gets killed off in a lame way in the first 5 minutes again. Who names these?
Again.
Thank you, Tyler. And that would not make sense to call this Halloween 2 since the last one was technically supposed to be Halloween 2. I was assuming it was just going to be called Halloween 2020. That makes more sense. It's got two twos in the title, plus it's the year it comes out. Everybody was kind of referring to the last movie as Halloween 2018. That makes sense to me. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
When I can really bounce this off of too much right now. I mean,
well,
right?
I mean, I guess it'd be like Halloween H2O, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying. 2020 in the title makes sense because you got a 2 right there. Plus, it's the year it comes out. You know, the search for more cash, right? No shit.
Well, we're already getting Ghostbusters 2020, so.
Right. Well, I have a feeling that we're going to get a lot of 2020. 2020 is going to be the new 2K. Remember how it was this 2000, that 2000, to the point where every episode of South Park for that was called whatever 2000. Everything next year will be whatever 2020. Trust me.
Oh, yes.
Hold on. Let me, Mecca, who sent you that tweet? Data racist tweet.
It's in my feed. I follow him.
Well,
I just want to put you off of the picture.
Yeah, just for the reaction.
She's got more than that one. She's got more than that one. Okay, we'll bring up both of them. All right, hang on here. Okay, put a marker in this. So yeah, if you're excited about Halloween coming out, do stay tuned. We'll have more about that, and let us know what you guys think about that possibility. And while we're doing that, we'll bring up this picture that Rob and Mecca are having a big old field day about.
Hold on, let me just make a quick note of this timeline.
The right one here too.
Speaking of timeline, my brother Dave still doesn't understand the ending of Yesterday.
Yesterday,
I explained it to him.
All my troubles seem so. You gonna cry? Okay.
I
gotta get the other one up here too.
You have Star Trek too.
I want to get this other one up here. Wait.
It's Star Trek. And I said Back to I asked him Back to the Future. No, you never seen Back to the Future.
Oh, for crying out loud.
He's never seen Back to the Future?
No.
What the crazy fuck?
You want to know why nobody's going to Galaxy's Edge? Right there. That's why.
You better look out. That's an aggressive male there. He looks like he's about to grab her in her no-nos.
No, she's all over him. He's just standing there minding his own business. She's sucking her.
She's molesting that man. Get away from him.
That is unwanted physical contact, okay? She's creating a hostile work environment.
I'm pretty sure 3PO's gay.
Well, yeah, he's been in a relationship with R2 for years. Decades.
Here's the other.
He wouldn't sleep with him for a month after the whole Death Star thing, sticking his thing.
Here's the other one, though. Here's the other one on our Instagram.
Sean's trying. Oh wait, that's Brie Larson. That's Brie Larson. Yes, it is. Yeah. Oh yes, it is.
And this is my response to that. I dare you. I double dare you.
I would love the job security for the next few years. I really, really would. I'll be like the quartering. Brie, please put her in Star Wars. I need a new Martin. I really do. And I want a $3,000 one too this time. And I love the last one I got because of Star Trek, but she brought the quartering instead.
She was what?
She bought the quartering a shed with all the revenue he made off of her videos. Her being an absolute moron. So.
But I don't want that, and you don't want that.
That's right, Sam. That's right. I dare you. I dare you. I absolutely dare you to put her in a Star Wars movie. I dare you want to drive the final nail in the coffin of this franchise. Go right ahead. Go right ahead. And I will be there to say, I told you so.
You should do a rant on that. There's a few pictures of her in Star Wars gear here and there.
I'm surprised she was able to get into that costume with the stick so firmly planted in her ass. I'm gonna say the F word. I dare you. I dare you to do it. Do you ever see Ruthless People with Danny DeVito when his wife gets kidnapped?
Oh, God, it's been so many years.
The kidnappers call you up. Oh yeah, I dare you to kill her. Now that ought to do it. Remember, Robert Burnett thinks KK is wonderful. No, Alpha J, we should want them to do it. We should want them to do this. Because when the box up, when all the negative publicity comes out, when the box office finally tanks, yes, Natasha, I know it's terrible, but I'm making a point here. Because when the dust settles and they see we were right, you know what? Then it'll be over. It will be over. It'll be a Pyrrhic victory. But at the same time, finally, our job will be done. we will remind them at every turn, you burned the house down. Captain Robert Abel, Rob has some understanding for KK's job, but get him going. He understands perfectly what's wrong with The Last Jedi. Absolutely. No, Castantino, they'll never admit they were wrong. But you know what? They will have to change. They'll have no choice but to change course, because when they see the franchise in ruins, when they finally see that, you know what? That's it. Yeah, it's over. They'll have to start anew. And they'll finally, they'll never admit it. They'll never admit it to us. They'll never admit it publicly. You know, but remember that episode of Simpsons? Gentlemen, the nutballs have spoken. They changed the Simpsons because of Marge. They changed Itchy and Scratchy because of Marge. Then they had to change it back when it tanked.
So how old are these pictures? Is this new? Because she did one of these when Galaxy's Edge, like right before it opened. I
got a feeling they may have been holding him.
See, that's the next Star Wars movie. It's going to be Brie Larson and Sonequa Martin Green as Rey's grandchildren, but they're in a gay relationship. Because diversity.
Star Wars: Rise of the Uninteresting.
And they're going to go around telling the descendants of Kylo Ren and Rey, even though they're brother and sister, that they're going to go around telling them how to be Jedi.
But the worst people in the new films have flushed them down the toilet. That's Natasha Cloutier, yes. Interracial lesbian incestual relationship, yeah. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you to put her in a Star Wars movie. I dare you.
Hello? Okay, now you can hear me.
Yes, I can.
You want to flush what's left of this franchise down the toilet? Go right ahead. Make her the poster child for Star Wars. Go ahead. Because just when you thought Rey was the worst character ever, nope, no. Because Rey will be nothing compared to what Brie Larson will do. And thank you, Mr. Motorcycle, for driving by. I dare you. I fucking dare
How could she associate with Star Wars? It's full of white men.
Well, yes, but Samuel L. Jackson was in it.
She's gonna use this as a platform for change. Nelson Churetta, $5 super chat. Ka-ching.
I think I got another one from Captain Hare as well.
Oh, good. Given to your hate and your journey toward the dark side will be complete. I'm already at the dark side. You kidding me? Captain Hare, $5 super chat. Let me see. Scroll back. What did Captain Hare say? Late again. Who's that? I need context to properly enjoy Rob's rage. Kathleen Kennedy will say, "We're so proud to have Brie Larson involved with the newest chapter of the Star Wars saga. We feel she'll bring such a vitality to the franchise. She's a well-respected, award-winning actress, and we couldn't be happier to have her on board." Yeah. And then I will say to everyone out there, all of our fans, to please send go to your local sex shop or go online, buy a dildo and mail it to Kathleen Kennedy's official PO box, courtesy of Lucasfilm, and with a note attached to go fuck herself. But seriously, don't do that.
No, send all the dildos to me because mine broke and I need them. And vibrators and things. How?
Okay, well, now that I'm not having any more technical difficulties, hopefully. Yeah, I mean, I know this is obviously not announcing anything, and I highly doubt that Brie's going to get involved in Star Wars anytime soon, but...
No.
If it does happen, it would be the death knell for this fucking entire fucking franchise.
And I dare them to do it. I dare you. Natasha Cloutier, Amsterdam has some pretty freaky stuff. Road trip.
Okay.
And I mean, not to give away too much about Spider-Man, but I'm hoping a lot of what happened in the new Spider-Man film is kind of telling us that someone isn't going to be as big a part of the upcoming movies as they had been boasting. But then again, I also pointed out we could get two different like MCU type movies. We have the cosmic and the Earthbound ones, and that doesn't mean Captain Marvel isn't going to like be all over the cosmic stuff. And if she's in the next Guardians of the Galaxy movie, I'm really going to be pissed.
Don't you know I'm using my platform to change Guardians of the Galaxy? All right, let's move on.
Well, there really isn't much left. I think that was it. Was there?
Well, I want to talk about the Robotech thing.
Oh yeah, there was the Robotech thing.
Yeah. Okay.
I want a Robotech, and I wanna.
You'll get nothing and like it.
Come on, kid! I can't write all this stuff down.
All right. Okay. Now, a lot of people have been, to give you some context, for those who aren't fans, Robotech is a series that was produced in the by a company called Harmony Gold, stringing together 3 separate anime series from Tatsunoko, and they produced 85 episodes of the series. And actually, it pretty much introduced anime to the West, really. But it introduced the idea that anime can be successful in the 80s, and that was something, and a lot of fans have been pretty angry because Harmony Gold has had the rights to Macross for years, and we haven't got a whole lot of Macross stuff. Captain Hare, $2. RoboCop, I love that guy. Robotech. Okay, but there was a lawsuit, and a lot of people thought that the rights to Macross and the other series would revert in 2021. That is not the case. Harmony Gold announced Friday that the deal for Macross and the other series with Harmony Gold and to produce more Robotech based on everything, that has been extended. Let me bring up a story from Den of Geek. Okay.
Well, that was
Robotech.
weird.
What? I just muted my thing here.
Yeah, when you come off, it like sounded like really weird. Anyway, never mind.
Okay. Well, anyway. Okay. The Macross license has been extended. Harmony Gold Harmony Gold's deal with Tatsunoko to continue making Robotech and more will continue for years to come. For the past few years, the future of the Robotech franchise seemed to be in question. Back in 2017, a California court upheld the license agreement between Harmony Gold USA Incorporated and Tatsunoko Productions, which affirmed Harmony Gold's license to the 3 anime programs from Tatsunoko that were combined to create the unique Robotech anime series. The big problem in the holding up of that license agreement, it also became public knowledge that Harmony Gold's license to the 3 other series that made up Robotech, Super Dimension Fortress Macross, Super Dimension Cavalry Southern Cross, and Genesis Clan Mospia, would expire on March 14th, 2021. When the news originally broke, many fans assumed that once the 2021 date hit, Tatsunoko would simply take their programs back from Harmony Gold. In a sense, the Robotech franchise had a ticking clock on it. However, it has now been officially confirmed by Harmony Gold that their license agreement with Tatsunoko has been extended beyond the 2021 date. Yes, Robotech isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Below is the official release. Hollywood, California, June 5th, 2019. Harmony Gold USA Incorporated announced today that it reached an agreement with the Japanese anime studio Tatsunoko Productions Incorporated to extend the worldwide co-copyright ownership of exclusive management and excluding Japan for its landmark anime series Robotech, including Macross, Southern Cross, and Mospida. This agreement was achieved after a lengthy negotiation and allows Harmony Gold to continue to exploit the animated Robotech franchise well into the future. We spoke with the Robotech staff at Harmony Gold to discuss all ins and outs of the extension and what it means for Robotech fans and the original Japanese series. The biggest misconception Harmony Gold wants to clear up about the license agreements that were made public in 2017 was that it wasn't even a standard court case, according to Tommy Yoon, president of animation at Harmony Gold. It simply was both companies agreed to this interpretation of the deal. For context, many of these deals originated in the 80s between not just Tatsunoko and Harmony Gold, but also advertising agency Big West, a co-producer of the original Macross and owner of 41 designs from that series. This has caused many of the issues which plagued Robotech and Macross over the years, such as not being able to include certain Macross character designs in Robotech sequels and not being able to release the Macross sequels outside of Japan. A lot of the original series, a lot of the original Japanese agreements, they were almost more or less memos. They were extraordinarily short, explains Yoon. I think the original contract was written on someone's cocktail napkin. Figures. Adds Stephen Yun, vice president of new media at Harmony Gold. What is Harmony Gold really? What do they do nowadays besides just administer Robotech? They wrote those contracts back then, not knowing. What was that?
Don't they just sue people? Wasn't I hearing something about that? Somebody was saying,
yeah, pretty much
suing people, and they don't actually make anything.
Anyway, they continue. They wrote those contracts back then, not knowing what business would be now and how much licensing matters, along with regional rights. Despite rumors that Harmony Gold didn't know the license would expire in 2021, both Tatsunoko and Harmony Gold were aware, and that's what prompted them to iron out the details on the various deals. Both companies wanted to figure this out because renewal was coming up, adds Yoon. This is something you don't want to do at the last minute. You want to give yourself time to do it right. Okay, but all right, it goes on and on and on. Harmony will. Okay, hold on. Harmony Gold won't disclose when the renewal was agreed upon, but it happened sometime between 2017 and now. Harmony Gold also can't disclose how long the renewal is, but their presentation at Anime Expo on July 5th, a slide that stated Harmony Gold's rights to Macross, Southern Cross, and Mospida will remain in full effect well into the future. Kevin McKeever did confirm that this isn't a new agreement between Harmony Gold and Tatsunoko. He elaborates, this extension of all the current agreements that were made public in renewal. Okay, it's a renewal, but actually extension, for lack of a better term. Okay, yada, yada, yada. Okay, but okay, you can read the whole thing at Den of Geek. But, and Kevin McKeever, he was on with Clownfish TV for like 90 minutes. I know a lot of people hate, actually, Tekkaman Blade, that is not entirely true, and I'll explain why in a moment. A lot of people hate Harmony Gold because of what they've done. This idea that they're keeping Macross out out of the thing. Actually, part of the problem is Big West also. Big West also co-owns the character designs, so there's a problem there. But Macross actually was available from a company called Animigo a number of years ago. They actually did a restoration and actually have one of the DVDs. And the original Macross and Genesis Climber Mospeada and Southern Cross Cavalry of the Southern Cross, they're currently on Amazon Prime. And Genesis Climber Mospeada was released on DVD in the US in the mid-2000s. So the series have been available. But my whole thing is this, that with the internet and this whole thing, you might as well just make everything available because people are going to get their hands on it anyway. I have, hold on, I'll pull this up. We're going to have to see Shlomo Vision for a second here. Here we go.
We can just get you on camera all the time, right?
Yeah, well, I gotta put a hat on too. Nelson Chiretta, watched Robotech back in the 80s before I ever heard the word anime. Loved it. This is the worst possible news. Harmony Gold plus death. Well, that's not entirely true. But let me just peek this out. Okay. See now, this is my copy of Macross Do You Remember Love? I got this on eBay about 10 years ago. Probably more than 10 years ago. People are going to get their hands on this, no matter what you do. There's region-free DVD players. We don't advocate piracy, but people are going to do it anyway. Like I said, we'd rather have people get it from a legit source to make sure everybody gets paid. But the quality of, I mean, take a look. It's a nice cover. It's got the art on the back. You could probably mistake it for a legit DVD release. Like, so people are going to get their hands on it. You might as well release everything. Work it out.
We can't see anything, Rob, because your internet's still stuck in 1982.
Oh yeah, just like the rest of Macross.
I mean, literally, it's that blurry. It looks like early, like internet streaming video. It's so bad. No offense,
Okay.
man.
Rob face reveal. He's on camera all the time on when we do the karaoke or the Marioke streams.
Yeah, Shlomo. That's you got a quick glimpse of Shlomo Vision.
Shlomo Vision.
So earth shaking, yes. And like I said, multi-region DVD players. I mean, like I said, there's no need for piracy. You might as well release everything. And the thing is, though, and Kevin McKeever, he didn't have to be there. Go check out Clownfish TV. He explains everything better than I can. Is there a chance we might be able to get him on?
If you reach out to him, maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Or we can find out how to get a hold of him. Yeah.
Kevin McKee's, if Clownfish TV, this is not a knock on Clownfish TV, but if they can get him on, we can get him on. So, but and I do like Clownfish TV. I'd love to have them on. They're
bigger than After Dark, but not the main channel. But yeah,
I
get
they're
what you're
great.
saying.
Tyler Bioshock, how did you get the camera from the aliens? I'm working on it. Like I said, but anyway. Taste of YouTube circa 1992. But anyway, like I was saying, one of the things he said, he couldn't comment on whether or not we would get all of these releases on DVD or Blu-ray. So what's going on? This is the night of the loud exhaust.
Grace or something, man. Holy shit.
Yeah. But anyway, so there's still the possibility that we are going to get these on legitimate release at some point. He couldn't comment. I would have to think that they wouldn't have gotten these rights if to just sit on them, especially not now. And you can see, you can see the Macross series on YouTube. There's ways to see them, but we have to also realize that without Robotech and without the late Carl Macek, there would be no Akira, there would be no Lupin, there would be no Trigun, there would be no Cowboy Bebop. I mean, that really opened the door. So, credit where credit is due. Rob's audio is like a guy at the bar 2 a.m. It picks up everything. Oh, shit. I like that. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, so that's what I got to say about that. So Robotech is not going anywhere for the time being. All Harmony Gold.
No, sorry.
So so like I said, all Harmony Gold seems to do is reissue the series. So I've bought them and. I bought a couple of different versions of them. So anyway. All right. So anyway, I don't have any more to say about that.
Did anybody but me watch the trailer for Judy?
For Judy?
Who?
Yeah, it's a new movie about Judy Garland with Renee Zellweger as Julie Garland.
God.
It doesn't look half bad, actually.
I've already seen like every movie she's ever starred in and every documentary about her, and I mean, who's gonna know who she is in this day and age?
Well, it's about her later years, actually.
All right, so the Capitol years. Okay.
It's about her having to go overseas and perform so she can support her children.
Yeah, when she was living in London and
Yep.
yeah, recording for Capitol, and married to Mickey, what's his name?
Yeah, and it looks all right. It doesn't look too bad. Maybe if you know that much about her, do check out the trailer and let us know what you think. You know more about her than I do. I mean, I don't know I know a little bit, but not.
I actually just studied a lot of her music for a while, and
I like biopics, so
yeah, I'll probably check it out. Yeah, I could too, Tyler.
All right.
Says,
talk about Judy.
I could talk about Judy for hours. Tyler says.
I mean, like, again, I'm not a huge fan, but it looks interesting. I mean, I like her, obviously. I love Wizard of Oz, but that's about the only movie I really can think of.
Actually, her Capitol years are, I think, her more intimate songs, too. Like, she's singing from her heart, not out of obligation to MGM. So, yeah. Well, that's actually the more interesting part of her life, anyway.
Max Mercer said, talk about the new Akira. Really, there's not much news to go on about the new Akira. All right. Well, anyway, do we have any more news?
Not that I know of, unless he's talking about, wasn't there supposed to be like some kind of series coming to Netflix or something like that, or am I thinking of something else?
Akira? No, there's supposed to be a movie. Let me see.
Oh, it was the 4K remaster. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, new movie, and the old one's getting a fork. Oh no, here it is. New anime TV series in the works from original creator. I told you.
Okay, well, I hadn't heard about this.
I just heard about this. Yeah, that's probably why he brought it up. I forgot all about it. Here you go, Rob.
The original guy's involved.
Here you go. Here's the story, right?
Jackie, you can take this one off. I know you're not an anime fan.
Oh, that Back to the Future story. I've seen that.
Okay, new Akira anime series in the works from original creator. Brand new Akira anime series is in development according to the original creator Katsuhiro Otomo. Originally debuting as a manga series in 1982, Otomo's Akira spun a tale of government conspiracy, feuding biker gangs, and experimental psychic abilities set upon the backdrop of a near-destroyed Neo-Tokyo. Running for 8 years, the manga was highly successful, but it wasn't until the 1988 animated movie adaptation, also directed by Otomo, that Akira became an iconic piece of cinematic history. A live-action Hollywood adaptation of Akira has long been rumored, but appeared unable to escape development hell, with many deeming the story impossible to film, at least without substantially monstrous budget. Names as diverse as Leonardo DiCaprio, Justin Lin, and George Miller have been attached to the project in various capacities throughout the years, but earlier in May 2019, Thor Ragnarok Taika Waititi was officially announced as directing Akira, with the 2021 release date finally set. With speculations surrounding the live adaptation was rife, Otomo revealed in 2016 that an Akira anime series was also being considered. 3 years later, that prospect has now become reality. Speaking as this year's Anime Expo event in Los Angeles via Anime Mojo, Otomo, here we go again. Dear God. Otomo announced an ambitious 4K remaster of Akira and went on to reveal that the new anime based on the Akira manga was officially being developed. Although it wasn't explicitly confirmed whether this would be a remake, prequel, sequel, or spin-off, Otomo suggested the new series would explore parts of the manga series that didn't make it into the 1988 film, meaning the new series is most likely to be a direct adaptation of the source material. This news comes as incredibly exciting for anime fans. Although Akira is one of the most internationally revered movies of all time, the franchise hasn't expanded rapidly as the likes of Ghost in the Shell and Dragon Ball, meaning there is plenty of stories still to explore. Otomo's original manga was huge, detailed affair for obvious reasons. The 1988 film was greatly condensed version of the story. Consequently, much of the Akira manga has been restricted to printed form only, and the prospect of seeing Otomo's fictional world adapted to its entirety is undoubtedly a tantalizing one. It's unlikely that the announcement of this new Akira series coming soon after the confirmation of Taika Waititi's movie is a coincidence, but while there may be an element of capitalizing on the franchise's future cinematic exploit, there remains much untapped potential in the world of Akira, and fans have been calling out for more additions to the story. Otomo's involvement is also a huge reassurance, and the anime series may act as a more authentic alternative for fans who would inevitably be disappointed by the Hollywood movie. After so many years of lying dormant, however, 2019 is certainly a good year to be an Akira fan. Okay, so, all right. I love the film. I never read the manga, though. That's Akira racing outside, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Mecca and I have nothing to add to this.
I thought I fell asleep because seriously, the
I think
anime-
I've seen it once, yeah, and I
Yeah,
don't
I fell
remember
asleep
it.
during it. Yeah, it was like 20 years ago. So. You know, it's one of those things where they make such a huge deal out of like, oh yes, it had violence and blood, and like I don't care. That's not an interesting enough thing for me to watch a movie on.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I haven't got much more to add to that. 4K remaster. That's actually good for me. More colorful. All right. Any other news?
There was the
Ghostbusters casting.
Yeah, there was some Ghostbusters casting a little bit more, and there was this Back to the Future 4 thing with Christopher Lloyd, but that's just somebody asking him something and him saying something. It means literally nothing. We are not getting a Back to the Future 4.
No.
Or a reboot. Trust me. We got this musical on Broadway right now. That's like the main thing that's like new. That's probably where they interviewed him at, I bet. I think that premiered or is about to premiere.
So we got Ghostbusters casting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, the article doesn't have it, but geeksandgamers.com has pictures of these new cast members. So, you know, way to go, Geeks and Gamers, for doing better than the slashfilm.com.
Slash film. Oh, they look really, really young.
Yeah, now the girl is a little older. She's like 20, but she's probably playing like 14 or something.
20?
Yeah.
No way.
According to, Celeste O'Connor is 20 years old, but it looks like she could play a high school student.
And this kid is Logan Kim.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
If you want to screen share them, or I'll screen share them here.
I was
working
on
the
it.
article?
I had the article up though, and I didn't got nothing on it. But I thought we already knew about the kid from Stranger Things.
Well, yeah, Finn Wolfhard we already knew about.
Yeah.
But these two are new.
Okay. Sadie.
Sadie.
Yeah, if you want to read the article about it,
I was looking at the article. I'm like, what the hell? This is all about. Yeah.
Ghostbusters 2020 adds a couple of new young cast members to the ensemble. Ghostbusters 2020 has cast expanded roster of young stars who hopefully won't be afraid of no ghost. Oh, shut up. Following the casting of Stranger Things stars Finn Wolfhard and gifted actress McKenna Grace as two of the young leads, a pair of rising stars have been added to the mix. Variety has word that Celeste O'Connor and Logan Kim officially signed on to take roles in the movie that's currently being called Ghostbusters 2020. It used to be a band from Chicago called 2020. Anyway, their casting comes not long after the sequel added Paul Rudd to the adult side of the ensemble cast. The film is being directed by Jason Reitman, who is taking over the franchise reins from his father, Ivan Reitman, director of the original 2 Ghostbusters movies from the 1980s. Celeste O'Connor recently co-starred in the Sundance-selected film Sella and the Spades, and she also played a young version of, I don't know how to pronounce that, Jugu Mabatha, Raw's character in the Netflix romance Irreplaceable You. But this will be her biggest film role to date. As for Logan Kim, he doesn't appear to have any acting credits to his name, but he does have an IMDb profile with a couple of headshots. Doesn't everybody have an IMDb profile?
Not me.
I don't.
Midnight's Edge has a page, but we're not on it.
Jason Reitman had this to say about casting the newcomers. Celeste and Logan are rare talents, and we're all grateful that they'll be lending their unique voices to go to GB20. Celeste O'Connor is 20 years old, but it looks like she could play a high school student. So we're betting that she's a character who ends up interacting with Finn Wolfhard, likely at school, since Paul Rudd is playing a teacher in the movie. As for Logan Kim, he's clearly a younger kid, so he'll probably end up working with McKenna Grace. Could all 4 of these young stars be the new Ghostbusters? It wouldn't be surprising, but then again, maybe one of them will be a deadly ghost who starts violently picking off other kids in a haunted school. Oh, that doesn't sound good. That sounds like something kids would go crazy for nowadays. After all, the Snapchat logo is a ghost, and the Ghostbusters can turn into some kind of selfie ghost trap. Ghost kids love taking selfies, probably. Good lord. Oh, okay, shut up. Unfortunately, we have no details on the characters either of these rising stars are playing, but we do know there are new characters in this movie who share some kind of connection to the original movie's characters in some way. However, these new characters don't know about that connection yet. So,
who wrote this article?
Slash Film.
But who's the actual author? The writer?
Ethan Anderton.
And that's why you don't write movies. Because that's a stupid idea. And you're just opening yourself up for a problem when you try and open the movie, and then 2 weeks before that, there's some kind of violent happening at a school, and you have to reshoot your whole movie now because I'm serious. That's just dumb. I'm glad that's just them making shit up and just speculating, because that's not probably what it's going to be about at all. Thank God.
Yeah, I hope not.
You fucking understand.
But yeah, Ethan, that's why you're not a film writer. Right there. There's your answer.
That's right. Even when he says she's Ernie Hudson's granddaughter.
Well, I hope not. I hope it's not that obvious to just have that be the thing. I'm hoping the familial connection from what we've been seeing comes through the line of Sigourney Weaver and possibly even Oscar from the second film. There's even people that think that Paul Rudd might be playing Oscar, which he's way too old for. But anyway, I don't think that's the case, because Oscar would be at least a good 10 years younger more than that than Paul Rudd would be. So, or Rudd, whatever. I know I say his name wrong.
Well, yeah, wasn't Paul Rudd in Halloween? Which one was it?
Halloween 666, and
Yeah.
the same year he was in
The same year
Clueless.
that Oscar was a baby.
And well, that was a couple years after that, but yeah, Oscar was born in 88, maybe 87 at the earliest. You could possibly get somebody like Chris Pratt and pretend he's younger, and that'd be the closest you could do on that. But yeah, I mean, he's still only going to be 30 at the most, so roughly. Anyway, I'm interested in the movie. I just hope this is just his. Obviously, it's just speculating on the storyline. We know that that's probably not what it's about. So.
Yeah, I hope they do this one right, because we need a good Ghostbusters. We need like a good we need good movies. Just plain we need good movies. We need Hollywood to stop doing like their creative bankrupt crap. You know, we need to stop with the remakes, reboots, all this unending. You know, sequels I'm a little easier on as long as they're done better. But man, quit rebooting stuff and hopefully we'll get something decent next year between this and Bill and Ted.
Yeah, I'm kind of that's something to look forward to because there's not much else coming out this year.
No.
There's that crap in December, and I'm just like, meh.
Well, the Jumanji one looks pretty good.
Oh, then there's that. Well,
Yeah,
Rambo's like the only thing I'm really looking forward to at this point. For the rest of the year, I know it's sad. But that's like the main thing I'm like looking forward to. And then after that, it's all downhill from there.
Mm.
Maybe I'll watch the first, or not first, but the reboot
The last
Jumanji.
Jumanji.
Yeah, because I do have it. I just haven't watched it yet.
It's fun enough. It's not like you're not gonna be like, oh my god, this is amazing. It's gonna be pretty predictable and.
But let me put it this way: the only reason I have it is because it was 3D out of the country and not in the country, so I get them as soon as I can before they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only reason I freaking own it. So, otherwise, I had no interest in it whatsoever. I mean, I got the first movie, but the original with Robin Williams.
Yeah, I have no interest in the original.
I like the original, but I like Robin Williams too. So,
and see, I think I'm one of those people. I don't like. I like his stand up, and I liked Mork and Mindy, but I just don't think I've seen him in pretty much any movie. Just because, like every movie he was in, other than like Popeye, came out in the '90s, and by the time the '90s came around, I was just such a hipster. I don't think I saw anything.
He did a few movies in the '80s, but yeah, his bigger era was the '90s, definitely, with Mrs. Doubtfire and all that kind of stuff. So, all right, moving along. Then I think that's about it, Rob. Unless you found anything else to yak about between now and eternity.
No, not really.
Because I think we've gone plenty long enough.
Yeah, I will say I do love the critic parody of Mrs. Doubtfire. Donald Schwarzenegger. Hello, I'm Frau Doubtfire. Would you laugh at my gigantic bosoms? Boom, they'll be back.
Critic watch party.
Critic.
Oh, that's a good watch party too.
We'd have to maybe if we pick like our favorite episodes, because I don't know if we'd really want to go through the entire show. By the time we get through, I mean, it's a great show. Don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of episodes to go through.
Yeah, it's about 36, right?
Yeah, but I mean, maybe if we just pick our favorite episodes and then just do those in an afternoon, maybe.
Yeah.
Of course, my favorite episode is the Ebert and Siskel and Ebert one. So.
Oh, that was a good one too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to go back and see which ones.
Yeah,
my
there's other good ones, but yeah, that's probably my favorite right there. So.
All right. Well, anyway.
All right. And this is Rambo 5, Mary. There's only been 4 before this, so.
Okay, everybody. If you like what we do, if you've enjoyed the show, you like what we do, hit like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Make sure you're still subscribed if you're already a subscriber. Head over to the main channel, hit like, subscribe, the bell icon over there. Make sure you're still subscribed. Make sure you still hit the bell icon. You can head on over to Patreon if you really like what we do. Patreon supporters get all kinds of bonuses, bloopers, outtakes, lost episodes, behind the edge making of videos, my 10-minute stand-up set, and more. Support the channel for as little as $1 a month. You can also head over to Subscribestar. Check us out over there. You can also head over to PayPal. You can support the channel directly. Isn't that right, Tom?
Yes, you can, and I do plan on hopefully getting some stuff on the Patreon and Subscribestar soon. I was locked out of the Patreon for a while, so now I'm back. So yeah,
and you can also, and like I said, as I always say, if you don't have the means to support the show that way, then like, subscribe, click the bell icons, make sure you're subscribed to everything, and share with your friends because we cannot do this without you. Tell us about the GoFundMe, Tom. Is that still up?
Yes, it is, and we got a little bit more time yet if you want to help us out. I think we are all planning on going. At least that's the plan for now. So, but you can help us get possibly some, get closer to some of the celebrities. Help us pay for some of the expenses that we've already had because of it, and
food. We won't be able to eat out there.
Food.
Like 5 guys out there. Yeah, we want to go there.
In-N-Out Burger.
I know we've been talking about some possible meet and greets with other individuals. So yeah, we'll definitely let you know about that. But yeah, if you want to help us out, throw us a couple shekels to help us out down there, then you never know what we can accomplish.
Some defray some of the cost. Five Guys, yeah. I'm sorry, I meant In-N-Out Burger because I drove past.
I got a Five Guys down the street, but like, yeah, In-N-Out Burger. There's one of them right on the strip. And buffets cost a lot. Actually, buffets are like $50. Vegas is not how you guys remember Vegas. Vegas is like you're not going to be eating for less than $10 per meal in Vegas. Like,
yeah, because Vegas is when Vegas went upscale.
Well, they didn't go upscale, but like even the shithole buffets are like $30. So, yeah, even off strip. Yeah. Otherwise, guys, we're gonna be stuck going to Taco Bell, and there's a Taco Bell on the strip that serves booze.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, there's Five Guys. Natasha says there's Five Guys in the Netherlands. Like, let me tell you something, Natasha. I went to London when I was in London, and they said to me, I said to the doorman at the hotel, I said, "Listen, I like the food here at the hotel, but is there anywhere local I can eat?" And the doorman said, "Well, there's an American restaurant down the street." I said, "Listen, I didn't come all this way to go to an American restaurant. Is there someplace I want something local?" And they directed me to a pub down the street, the Blacksmith's Arm. I said, "All right, cool." So there's food out there. You got to just got to ask. Sometimes you just got to ask a little bit.
Oh, I know that. It's just still expensive.
I know, yeah.
Because it's Vegas.
I know Vegas. Anyway, I don't really have a point to that story. Just like saying.
All right. Well, Mecca, did you get a chance to tell them where you're from, where you're at, how you get to?
I'm from Earth usually. And I.
Are you sure?
Usually. I mean, I'm not allowed to say anything else. So, and I have my own YouTube channel, and I complain about all the craziness and insanity. And I've been really trashing Disney, which is easy and a passion for me. It's a very easy thing to do when you hate Disney like the way I do. But yeah, I complain and I rant, and I'm here, and I'm on Creepy Little Book, and I'm everywhere. And I want to do a travel vlog sort of channel at some point.
There you go.
That would be fun.
I guess see if any of the locations from Diamonds Are Forever is still there.
Well, we could do like while we're in Vegas, we could film like, hey, this is where Austin Powers filmed this thing. And would you guys want to see that? Would you guys want to see any movie related?
Yeah, and we're gonna be outside the Excalibur Hotel, banging two empty halves of coconut together, reciting Monty Python and Holy Grail.
Yes.
I've got two empty halves of coconut.
People are gonna be like, "Why is he bringing coconuts on the plane?"
Hold on. Let me get him.
Why are you bringing coconuts on the plane? Of course, I'm going to be right. I'm going to be Of course, I'm going to be like bringing the riding crop anyway.
Oh shit.
Hang on. Whoa!
Hey, and I have a riding crop. Oh wait, but that's for later.
That's for private use. It's like you got two empty halves of coconut, and you're banging them together.
That's what he's gonna do too. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna be using the coconuts. I'll be like, okay.
And I'm gonna scoot out.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining.
This got weird for me. Coconuts and whips and Monty Python. Yeah.
Always. All right, everybody. Thanks everyone for joining us. That's about it. It got really weird. We'll catch you next time.
Hey, you brought the coconuts.
That's right. I did bring the coconuts.
But they are a lovely bunch of coconuts.
I like big Asian butts, and I cannot lie.